play two scenarios which sort of belong together in, at least I think they do. So yeah, I'm gonna play them back to back. And let's go, story time. We've beaten all enemy leaders and the elves, the northern elves, the forest elves, Unaya's faction of them at least, arrived to the rescue. A bit too late, but if I hadn't managed to beat the leaders, they would have really rescued me and driven away the enemy leaders. So, I don't think any number of words could suffice to express our gratitude for your intervention, Lady Unaya. I am glad the elves are soon to be united under a single banner again. Perhaps the costs will be compensated before long. I would also hope so, my lord, but we have to be realistic. We cannot win this war, and our chances of survival don't look good either now that our enemies are roaming and ravaging our lands unimpeded. According to Linya, we are running out of time. For all we know, Uria could already be on Erdia. I'm truly sorry my vision can't penetrate the veil beyond our frontiers with the old Chaos Empire. There's no need to apologize, my lady. We are powerless against this creature and her minions. We might not be powerless as you say. But there's still something I want. Oh, we might be powerless as you say, but there's still something I want to try. Valen, you told me you found something. Is it the journal I asked you to search? Indeed it is, my lady. There's an orc and an elf on the Worst Sea. They have spent a long time traveling to the chaotic southwestern region trying to reach us. We sent men in their aid, but the recent events within our borders have delayed their return. They found shelter in Fort Aster, near the now non-existent Glamdrol range. It is the location of our main southwestern host, which has been under constant attack by enemy forces as of late. Just as a short reminder, Glamdrol range was a place where a huge battalion of the Arokwathi was placed, and it got blown up by one of those experimental courts, like in the Hive Queen in episode 1 at the end of the campaign, or the one that was infused into Irvia in the end of the previous episode with Malhakuba and stuff, the stuff that, well, went boom and kinda wiped out the whole place. So, next. We were meant to send reinforcements to Aster. You can probably guess the rest. Of course. Nevertheless, I shall go there with Irillian and whoever else is willing to join us along the way. Their journal is far too important to lose. I guess there's no point in stopping you. But I would like to remind you that we need more men and women capable of defending the city. Here. If Adavians keep faults. So does the far north. I have heard the legend before. Consider this, though. What is the point of defending this place with 1,000 swords if Uria can blast the entire fortress to smithereens in a blink? I'll ponder that when I deem it convenient to do so, Lady of Light. I declare this council meeting over now. May the Lords of Light protect you on your way. Bye. I don't like the heavy swords guy. Willow thinks he's bad news too. Elinia, I fear I cannot be of much help at this time. My people are still fighting the Chaos Armors and doing their best to keep them away from Raelfen. Don't worry, Onaya. I understand. I'm sure we'll be able to do this without Raelfen's help. I see you again soon then, friend. It's time for us to go. Would that your demonic ally hadn't been forced to leave us so soon. don't you think? How did you... Ilinia, I'm a seer. As I said, my vision is limited and can't help you with what lies within enemy territory. But the demon lord who helped you through this young lady's hands worked within our frontiers. I saw him, and I saw you. Why didn't you tell us this before? We thought that the Crown Council wouldn't understand. Yes, and that was a correct assessment. Especially now that Terranson is the supreme lord of the Eric Wave. He would certainly not permit this. But with Lord Uneasius dead, I no longer have any obligations to anybody, and most importantly, I no longer speak in the name of the law. There's something I must tell you before I depart from this doomed land. I listen. The night before the demons attacked this region, someone communicated with me directly. Someone by the name of Aegir, Demon Lord of the Storms. She warned me of what was about to take place in Realfin. She warned me of a portal in Kalari, built in Aran Balgoror, a stronghold lost to the forces of Uria not long after the fall of the Emperor. And finally, she told me to instruct the Lady of Light to meet with her in the Pass of Sorrows, north from Kalari Peninsula. She left my room as swiftly as she appeared, and I haven't heard of her since. Anya, do you know anything about this Aegir? Aegir? No, I'm not sure. I think I heard Aloran mentioning a demon lord of the storms once, but I don't know anything about her faction or allegiances. There's also this thing about working in secrecy, since Uria has turned rebellious factions in her favor before. Aloran chose to work on his own to minimize the risk of betrayal. Gil, if you had mentioned this before, I might have outright refused to support him. Of course, he remained loyal to his cause until the very end. I guess I never expected such heroism from a member of the species Urias uses to facilitate our destruction. My lady, I fear this is not my place to tell you what you should do next, given that I lack further information and I haven't been able to contact or see this demoness again. I advise you to do what you feel is right. The future is not my domain, and anything beyond Ildia is beyond my reach. The last time I was told to do what I felt right, I ended up causing a catastrophe. Fair enough. Thank you for this information and your support, Waylon. May the Lords of Light guide your path, wherever you plan to go next. Farewell, Lady of Light. May you find your destiny. And that's the scenario. So for now, I'm gonna stop, and I'll be back tomorrow with 2 more scenarios. Plus a very, very, very short story scenario. But yeah, for now, goodbye and see you next time.